Hello and welcome to Herman Manyora's channel this fine day. Hope you're well, keeping safe, and you're happy wherever you are watching us. Professor, how are you doing today?
Fine.
Just fine?
Just fine and great.
Today we are looking at a very good conversation, a race for the masses, a race for the crowds. People want to take the ground, and Baba is going deep. He was in Nairobi, Kamukunji, Nyahururu. He went to Eldoret, Ruto's backyard. What does this mean for his campaigns when it comes to the elections for 2022?
I think Baba is trying to show that, well, contrary to what the Ruto people thought, the people are still with him. He was organizing up there. Now that he has come down, closer to saying he's running, because he hasn't quite said, he's closer to saying he's running, and just reactivating his networks. And the people are responding.
And they are going to his tune right now.
They are already dancing. They dance reggae. Nobody can stop reggae. They are dancing now. One people.
One love.
One love. Yes.
And that's on the ground.
Yes, on the ground.
You know, when we started these conversations, the situation on the ground, people were saying ground near Ruto. Would you say ground sasa near Ruto?
There's what we have seen so far. The thing has changed. Raila has moved from Nakuru to Nyahururu to Naivasha, Nairobi, and you can see the crowds are there. It's as if he started this thing 2 years ago. He has just started.
Do you see Ruto having the people that he had when we started these conversations as we head over to March, April 2022?
But you see, the idea is those in the other side thought they had the crowds. But evidence on the ground now shows that was not true. It was because Raila hadn't appeared. Now he has appeared and he's a master of crowds. The crowds are going where they normally go, and that's where Raila is.
These crowds, people who say that these crowds might be paid because this is always the campaigns. The people are for Ruto, but they're just going to Baba because of handouts, small handouts, and this is what we're seeing on TV. Is this true?
When you talk of handouts and Raila in the same sentence, everybody will laugh. Raila, who can Raila give somebody anything? What are you talking about? Raila gives nothing. When he goes to a rally, they just sing one love. After talking, people are left dancing one love as he enters the car and goes. Yeah. There are no handouts from Raila's corner. There has never been.
So this is why you said on, I think, your Saturday video, these are organic people.
Yes,
people
organic. Really people who come on their own volition. Nobody has transported them. They are coming to see Raila. He's a magnet. You know, sometimes I say you have to give it. I have said there are certain things you must give to Ruto. The energy, the precision, the determination, the singularness of purpose, you know, the ability to make friends and to be generous. You have to give this to Ruto. But I'm also saying you must give it to Raila because everybody had written him off. But there's some magnet about Raila that just attracts people. Because looking at how mean Raila is with his money, and our politics being about money, people always wanting handouts. Even if you stand for MCA, you need money. And Raila not known to give, and yet attract the numbers is attract. You must give it to him. He has some magnet about it.
What should the Oka leaders see when they see these crowds? Remember the first time they were still skeptical about supporting him, and now it seems like they want to go in and they still want to run for the presidency in 2022. What should they read when they see these masses?
There is the Oka principles and there's a Ruto brigade.
Yeah.
When they now see this crowd, let us start with the Ruto brigade. They must know the Raila they thought was finished was not the Raila that the Raila I know, for example, myself. People told me that Raila was finished. I told them, you are joking. You don't know Raila. He has come to prove me right. Those in the Ruto camp now know he was not finished. They were playing football as if there's nobody in the goal. It's just take the ball there and there's nobody stopping. Now they have seen the goalkeeper has his owner. There's a goalkeeper right there. On the Oka side, they thought not only was Raila finished and punctured, but maybe even at the best they thought, let's say at the best they thought, they were his equal. And therefore, Uhuru should support any one of them. Raila, Kalonzo, they were his equal.
Politically peers.
Yes, peers. Now this thing is showing them, surely that was wrong. They are not Raila's equal. And very sad for Mudavadi and Kalonzo. The Raila crowds have punctured them. They are punctured.
They're punctured.
But people are seeing now. It is clear that Raila is running away with the prize. And you can see it's open. This is politics. You can't hide it in a cupboard. No. Politics is not like your money hidden in a bank.
Do you think they're right now thinking of joining him, but they don't
But if
know
they
how
don't
to?
join him, they will be relevant. They are being shown that really Raila is not in your class. Raila doesn't play in the same league with you.
There's a time you
And the evidence is right there for you to see. So they are punctured, but if they are politicians, and I think they are politicians, if they are intelligent, and I think they are intelligent, if they don't listen to useless advisors, they must know they will have to play this thing with Raila together and allow him to be their captain. Therein lies the chance of them being relevant. By playing with Raila as their captain, they will be relevant. They will remain relevant.
There's a time you said Raila doesn't need them. And
He doesn't need them.
This is going to...
How does he need them?
Will it really affect their...
There was a by-election in Ukambani the other day, I don't know, last week or the last day, a few days ago. You see, an independent candidate won, followed by a UDA candidate. A Wiper candidate came third. While I have always maintained that by-elections are not a very good indicator of things, of popularity of political leaders in the terms of the kingpins, it is nevertheless an indicator that Kalonzo may not be sitting pretty in Ukambani. And if Raila ignores, if he doesn't play with Raila and Raila ignores him, I can assure you Raila playing with Ngilu, Alfred Mutua, Kivuda Kibwana, and the other Ukambani leaders who will come on board cutters of Uhuru Kenyatta. Because these three come cutters of Raila himself. There will be others who will come on board cutters of Uhuru Kenyatta. I can assure you. And the other Ukambani billionaires associated with the Mount Kenya Foundation billionaires. In that mix, Kalonzo will be lost. He will disappear from the picture.
And more so emphasizing the fact that the former Prime Minister doesn't need them at all.
He doesn't need them. Look here, if Raila has Oparanya in Western, he has Francis Atwoli. Nobody can be rendered irrelevant. And he knows it. If he doesn't know, he's being lied to by young people like Malala who want to be governed, Kina Savula. But if you are in Western Kenya, would you listen to Atwoli, Oparanya, and the rest of this Kina Eugene, or you go and listen to where Khalwala is with UDA, with Washali?
The kingpins first?
You won't listen to those people. And when the time comes, when this thing generates the necessary heat, the normal heat of an election, people like Bonde Khalwale and Washali will be playing from under the bed. Not even in the sitting room of their homes.
There's a time you said that Ruto needs to re-energize, to re-engineer, to recalibrate his campaigns. And he needs more so of drunk supporters. Are we going to see that anytime soon? You
see, Ruto didn't listen to me. Now he will see, I wish I listened to Manyora. Because even in my village, there are people who believe in Ruto. You get it? In my own village, when I'm there, I can see people tell us, we shall give the hustler. What I'm saying is, if he had spent more time with those hustlers before Raila appeared on the scene, he would have built sufficient vote base to challenge Raila. But he over-concentrated on the mountain, which, like I argued, was a slippery vote. And, again, in the fullness of time, he will see, but he has begun to see. So, the hustler in my village, he would have built on that hustler and increased that base. That would have been a more reliable vote base than the mountain vote.
How about his early campaigns? Did that disadvantage him? Because Baba has come, I think, 2 months and he's doing much more than Ruto did in, I think, a year. Did that disadvantage him?
In a way, yes. Start early, you deplete your resources. You identify yourself too early. People see your close associates, and people go for your close associates. Again, when you start too early, you don't have time to read the game. You see? And that's why experienced players and the teams in football, they are never in a hurry. They let a small young team or a player dance in the field, dribble, and they just look at you. When they get one, they convert. Goal, net is shaking. So Raila is like that experienced player. Ruto is a youthful, energetic player. You see? Running, but soon he will be tired.
Do you see now, as we head over to elections time 2022, will it seem like a 50-50 for both of them and so difficult to determine the winner of the next elections?
No. This is going to be a clear winner.
The crowds will shift.
No, they have begun. Raila will be a clear winner. This one you can take to the bank.
Take to the bank.
Something special has to happen, in the absence of which will be a clear winner. 55 to 58, 60%.
Something big.
Something big has to happen for him not to win, or for him to go neck on neck with Ruto.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Prof, for having this conversation. This has been a political conversation on the masses, the crowds. Will they shift? Will they stay the same? Prof is saying I should take it to the bank. They will stay with Baba. I don't know about you. Leave a comment down below. Until we have these conversations again, have yourself a lovely rest of your day.
Thank you.